Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's look using subtle brown tones, something that you don't want to be overdressed with. Very nice if it's like a first date or even just a day-to-day, simple, you don't want to be caked with makeup kind of look. So first of all, I've already applied a thin layer of moisturiser, which is important. It just makes sure that your foundation and everything stays on longer, which we all want, let's be honest. So first of all, I'm going to be using Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. This I find stays on for a lot longer than most of what I've been using. So yeah, I tend to use a brush. It tends to be a lot easier than getting it all over your fingers, having to wash your hands. It's just too much complications. So just start by putting little blobs all over your face. Kind of try and get it even if you can, especially under the eyes. Because that is where our dark circles tend to be. So yeah. There you go. Now this light is rubbish. It actually makes me look like a ghost. Nothing we can do about it, but we're gonna work with what we have. So, right. Next thing I'm going to be doing is my eyebrows. Now, I don't tend to put too much on my eyebrows because I don't actually like the look of when it's caked and obviously not your own. So just get I'm using, again, I think it's Rimmel. I don't know, I've used it so much it's actually come off. Yeah, there we go, it's Rimmel. Just a simple brown pencil with, I would suggest getting one with an eyebrow brush on the end because it's so much easier to do, especially if your eyebrows are like mine, they do not like to play. Right, so just start from the inside corner and just work your way out, making sure that you don't put too much on. There you have it. Now if you like to make your eyebrows a lot thicker than that, then you go right ahead. But for this look especially, I think if you have really big eyebrows and then a simple makeup look, it could ruin the whole effect of it all. So next we're going to do eyes. Now I'm going to start off with Barry M Dazzle Dust, number, what is it, 39? You probably can't see it very well in that camera, but it is beautiful colour. It's quite a paley pink, maybe going towards skin colour. So just get that on your brush, trying not to make a mess like I'm doing at the moment, and just make sure with your pigment, make sure there isn't extra pigment on the brush by tapping it. You don't want extra, that makes it'll just come all the way under your eyes and then you'll have to fix it afterwards, and that takes more time than to just dab the brush. So then, simple, just put it in the corners of your eye and dab it all over your lid. There we go. Now you can't really see it on there, but it's just a little bit of shimmer without going overboard. So next I'm going to be using another Barry M. Actually this is the new Barry M's. They're the actual palettes, which I find really handy. They're so good. They're like, they really stay on your eyes for longer. This I'm using number 9. They're not too bad. I think they're about £5 a palette, which isn't too bad considering the Dazzle Dust is also about the same price. So just get a normal flat brush, dab it in, and again make sure there's quite a lot on the brush, otherwise it might not come out on your eye properly. There we are, and with this you just want to put it kind of not quite in the corner, but you want to make sure that it's in the center and out. What I suggest to do is just to make sure you get right in the crease and pull it over so that you start to get more shape and define your eyes. There we are, and now you can start to see where the colours are coming in there. Now it looks kind of yellowy on the screen, I promise you it isn't once you've done it yourself. So next I'll be using yet another Barry M. This is Dazzle Dust number 53. This is beautiful, but for this you really don't need a lot. If you put too much on your brush, you will get way too much on your eyes and you'll end up with more of a gothic type look, which is not what we're looking for. So get a simple blending brush, like so, just preferably the fluffier the better, otherwise if it's hard it tends to kind of stay in one place, which we want to blend it out, not make sure it's there. So just dab it off again in the lid and dab all the pigment off so you don't get excess. And right in the corners you just want to dab. There we are. Now I think I'm just going to pull up the dark just a little bit. Make it closer to your eyebrow so that you can kind of blend it in with the colour that we're going to put on top. What you don't want to do is put extra eyeshadow on your brush, because then you'll just be adding to the top, not blending it in. Now if you want to get the colour that you used for the inside of your eye, which is the Barry M 39. Now all you need is a little tiny bit, you don't want too much. So just get it nice on the brush, again, like that. Doesn't matter what kind of brush you use for this really. It might help to have an angulated brush, possibly, but it all goes on the same place. And then simply dab it on to the top, like so. Like that. Now you might not actually be able to tell in this light, but it is a lot better. Like that. So next we're going to do liquid liner. This is Rimmel's waterproof gel liner. It is very good in my opinion. I mean, on reviews they haven't had many stars, which is surprising, but I would definitely go out and buy it again. Right, now all you need is a little bit. You don't want to get too much because you're going to be doing a small-ish line. And if you have too much, don't be afraid to just put it onto the side. There's a little hair on my brush. Right, now simply along the top of the eye. Now I have to pull it straight to make sure that I don't make bumps, but you do it whichever way you find comfortable. And all you want to do is flick it out a little bit on the edge. Just gives more definition to your eyes. Like so. And do the same for the other eye. There we go. So hopefully it will end up looking like that. Now on the screen it does look quite dark, but once you've done it yourself you will find that it really isn't that dark at all. Right, next for blusher. Right, if we start off with a nice bronzer, I have got a cheap Miss Sporty tan. You really don't need anything that's expensive for this. So just get an angular blusher brush, it'll mean it goes on a lot easier. Now, for this kind of thing, you really don't want the darker one, you preferably want the skin tone, just to give a little bit of definition, not too much. So simply, it looks stupid, but do the fish face. Just so that you can see exactly where your cheekbones are and where your jaw starts. There we go. Now, it doesn't look like there's much on this side because of the shadow and where my light is positioned, but we will roll with it anyway. Now, for your actual cheeks, you don't want anything too crazy. I'm going to be using Victoria Jackson's, I don't know what you'd call it, travel case of makeup? I don't know. Literally has everything in it. Mirror, your blushers, it has your lip and eyeliners, and these cute little compartments here, which don't want to open for me now, hold your eyeshadows. So really useful if you haven't got much space. Now there is meant to be a mascara, but lost that a while back. Just get a big fluffy blusher brush, and I'm going to be using the orange, kind of, well, it's kind of like a pale coral. You don't want anything too pink for this. So just get a little bit on there, dab it in, and right on your cheekbone. Now if you smile while doing this, you will be able to see exactly where to put your blusher. Like so. And then forgot to do mascara. Vital thing to wear out. Definitely opens up your eyes more, makes your eyes look a lot bigger. I'm going to be using, again, Rimmel's, what's it called? Glamorous Lash Flirt Volume and Lift Mascara. I've been using this for a good year now, and as long as they keep on selling it, I'm going to keep on buying it. So I would recommend anybody to buy it. It has more of a flat side with more bristles and a bigger side with, there we go, I think you can kind of see them. They're more spread apart. So if you try and use the more spread apart bits for your top lashes, now don't be afraid to be doing funny faces while you put your mascara on. I have a big fear of poking myself in the face with one of these, which most people probably have. Poking myself in the face, poking myself in the eye, you know what I meant. And so, if you make weird faces, nobody else can see you. So who gives a damn? Like so. Now, it really doesn't look like I have anything on my bottom lashes. There we go. Definitely do. So that's kind of what the whole makeup look looks like at the moment. And lips next. I'm going to be using Rimmel again, their lip stain. Now this stuff, it is actually, it does not come off. Like, you can try, really won't come off unless you scrub your lips until they're raw. So all you want to do is start at the bottom, and just make sure you've got all of it covered, because you don't want to end up with gaps. The colour that I'm using, by the way, is Stay Very Berry. That's very nice. Now at the moment this looks very bright. We don't want bright. So, simple solution, get makeup wipe and just dab it over a little bit. I promise you it won't come off very much. Literally that's all that's come off. So just take some of that off, like so. And then I'm going to be using another Victoria Jackson. It's just a simple light shine lip gloss, nothing in your face. And just apply it on top. Now on camera this again looks really bright. I promise you it isn't that bright. You don't really want something too crazy. But so yeah, if I come a little bit closer you can kind of see everything. So that's the makeup look. I hope you've enjoyed, considering this is my first makeup look. Please start subscribing. I will be putting up new videos hopefully every Monday. And I will be putting a link below for my blog, which I will be reviewing new makeup that comes out. And it doesn't matter what brand it is, I will probably be buying it. So yeah, start subscribing, start following me on my blog, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.